Hey everybody, it's Luna Bell. So, why do I dedicate this to Genesis? Genesis and I have a lot in common. There are many of us like me, like Genesis. I can only speak for myself, but I'm going to point some things out to y'all. Y'all, this is all for entertainment purposes for TikTok 18 plus trigger warning. I speak of things of a sensitive nature. I call this the Judas betrayal, and I'm dedicating this to Genesis. Done seen, done heard, and in many times, done loved. Many of us the black sheep. Anyhow, speaking for myself, y'all, I have been essayed and trafficked by my mama from the day I was born. Y'all, I can name people. I can identify people. Houses, streets, Columbus, so many things. But y'all, what I speak of now is that even though, like with professionals, medical professionals or whatever, allegedly, that I have spoke out. People have seen. I have asked for help, flat out. There's even one I allegedly asked him, and I said, this is happening. Please call the police with me and stay with me because I'm scared. I am terrified. I explained about the corruption and whatnot, and how people, about the gang stalking, about the honey pot, and their desire of you wanting to unalive yourself. No one listened. Even though I have receipts. No one listened to me. And no one listened about Genesis. What you hear is, it's a shame that happens down there on Apache Drive. It's the environment. We got to clean it up. It's the poor folk. It's the black folk. It's the smudge. It's this. It's the lifestyle. 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 I speak out because I see the corruption. I see the ugly side. I've been a victim of it my whole life. I see where medical professionals, nurses, doctors, psychiatrists, allegedly had opportunity after opportunity, saw thing after saw thing. I remember one in particular. I told my doctor, I said, you got to decrease this medicine. He put me on a certain medicine for the trembling. I said, it's knocking me out when I take it at night. I said, I keep cutting it in half. I keep cutting it in a fourth. But it's all powdery. And I remember sitting there when I said that, and that my doctor was writing. And he stopped. And his eyes cut up to me when I said the powder. I didn't know until about 20 weeks to a month ago that my husband had been roofing me our whole marriage. The prevalence of people roofing people from birth on, like my mama. There are other instances in my life. So as I said before on a previous post, how many times did Genesis have to have an appointment for WIC? How many times did she have her checkup? How many people dotted I's and crossed T's and checked boxes? How many times were things called in and things not checked, and I can tell you, like with my son, my husband was reported twice, allegedly. And allegedly it was found indicated by the state of Alabama twice. It disappeared, didn't it, though? It is the open disregard, the open lack of responsibility and accountability, a shuffling the blame back to the victim. The victim. People are making the victims the victim all over again. You don't want to look bad, so there has to be someone else to blame. We're going to shuffle it this way. We're going to shuffle it that way. Why don't we look at the broken system and do something? I don't know the solution, but I'm seeing the pattern. I know I'm celebrating a birthday next month, that I'll be 58. I know that youngin's 2 years old, and that this is still occurring to me in my own life. Why didn't anybody say anything? They did. They did. Nobody listens. And I keep thinking right now, what do I say? You know, the only thing I'm hearing is Sodom and Gomorrah. And then I'm reminded of the Roman gladiators, their entertainment, the upper class, the royalty, had animals, you know, with the weak, the vulnerable in an arena. Much like a freedom frenzy of gang stalking or a honey pot. We are the unseen. We are the unheard. And many times, the unloved. What choice will you make? I look back now on many of the choices I made. I kept asking Miss Cindy and Woody, how did I not see the signs? How did I not see the signs that they were allegedly exploiting a disabled person? Someone they considered weaker than them. Someone they considered would not be seen or heard or believed. What is the price of your Judas betrayal? I personally am working hard to transmute my own Judas betrayals of not just me, but of others. I see the broken in me, and I see it in others, in our society. Now, instead of tearing each other apart, it's time to be creative and work toward a solution. There are many like me in Genesis that need the help we need. I have ideas, and it's much more than getting a referral for someone to listen to me. We wouldn't have the insurance coverage anyway, or be able to afford that referral to have someone listen. Yeah, I'm venting my spleen, but y'all, there's better ways. There's better ways, and there's a lot of us. A lot of us like me with the hypersensitivity and the hyper gifts. Buckle up, buttercup. This is the age of enlightenment. We get to see the ugly too, along with the light. Here comes the fire of purification. I'm grateful to see the shadow now, to work on me, to heal.